Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on, another match. It's the same day. I'm doubling up today. Gara, and he got a, that's who we're taking on, of course. He got an interesting cav line here. Infantry, cav, mix, and I really wasn't sure. Again, I don't know, man. My brain just isn't working today, but I really wasn't sure how to initiate on this, because if we go for range, then there's no canto control, but we'd have to worry about Ephraim getting danced. And if we go for melee, then I still haven't tested out how Veil interacts with my Gale Force strategies. So because there's 2 units here with tempo and 1 with drive tempo, or scowl. So I haven't figured out how that would pan out in terms of me trying to successfully Gale Force. So I decided against it. Then there was trying to Omni tank it, but pretty sure Marth would have died because too many debuffs here. And also save tanking with Byleth. Byleth died to Sanaki, so that leaves me with Ike here, who should be able to live everything on this left hand side. We're gonna false start dual Shamir here because we can, and then figure out the rest from there. Yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. We should be able to close this out barring any unforeseen issues or unforeseen errors on my end. With that said, let's dive into the banner now. Summer Banner 1, I was a little bit underwhelmed in terms of just everything overall. I was looking for a little bit more power from this banner. We got, interestingly enough, I guess it's pretty similar to the last one we had. I think we had pretty much the same amount of melee units. We got a lot of melee units. We got, I think we got 2 range units and 2, I guess it's fair. It's half an, I don't even, that Olivia was so random, where did she even come from? But yeah, melee units and ranged, and the range unit in dual Golvig, Summer Golvig, isn't as strong as we would have hoped for, but she's probably on par with her mythic self. So I guess there can't be too many arguments, because mythic Golvig is still very strong. You probably just want to slap Occultist Strike onto this new Summer Golvig, and she should do wonders for you in terms of damage output. Still not able to pierce damage reduction, but she should be surviving most combats. I think, just judging from what they've done so far, I can assume that Brave Golvig will probably not get DR piercing in her Refine, so I wonder what they'll put in there to make up for that, because none of the Golvigs, or even her alts, probably the only one would probably be the New Year's Kavissir, but all of the other Golvigs don't have DR piercing, so it will be interesting to see what they give her to make up for that in her CYL Refine in a couple months to come, next year actually, not too far away. I think we take out this Veil here, since I don't have a plan for anything else. We're going to take out this Veil because I don't know how she'll affect me and my plans moving forward, and I don't think I have anything else aside from Ratatoskir here to do this. So yeah, we're gonna just do this. Okay. Alright, now that aside, I was excited to see the dual Golvig. That one needed to happen. I feel like it was a missed opportunity to not make Mythic Golvig a light Mythic or an Astra Mythic. Either one. She needed to not be on defense, I think. Offense was the right place for her to begin with. So they've remedied that. It seems as if they're going back and fixing a lot of the issues that we've brought up, or just taking a lot of our suggestions lately. IS has, I don't know, from the outside looking in, it seems as if they're running out of ideas, because they've taken on so many of our requests and suggestions that I don't see. Most mobile games or most gaming companies don't do that so quickly. In the last couple of months, even last year, so many a lot of the changes that they've implemented have been based off of
close your eyes.
Player requests or player feedback. and that's not something that I would have expected to happen so quickly. You look at the Resplendent Ira, Resplendent Camilla. I mean, granted, those were years in the making, but I'm surprised that they put them out back to back so quickly. And then we got things like the Goose Friend 4, we got Breath of Life 4. These are all things that like really improved Omni-tanking in general, which the game kind of needed if you had that playstyle, since we're no longer in a speed meta, which is kind of the funny thing because that new summer here Frid is looking to counter the speed meta, but since we're not in it, his placement in this new meta kind of seems a bit off, so I'm just looking at him as a debuffer. By the way, I read none of the weapon descriptions. I pretty much just depended on Joel to break it all down for me in terms of what they did. And he did do that, so shout out to Joel for, again, being the GOAT, and Phaeology for just being the GOATs over there. So yeah, pretty much they did exactly what I figured they would do. There's no difference in what any of them are doing now that they haven't been doing before. None of these units feel new in that sense. They all feel like repetitions of whatever they were doing previously. Even Summer Golvig, I would say the only thing they did was just slap a dual button on her and allowed her to take more actions, pretty much. Which makes her pretty much a must summon, in my opinion, if you're looking for like a Gale Force unit for range. Nice side grade to Dual Leon. If you didn't pull for Dual Leon, she's a nice side grade, and she's also red, which is a good matchup, I guess. Red has been kind of struck. Whoa! Do you live? 50. I forgot about the +1 movement. I didn't have to put her there. I did not have to put Veil there. That sucks. Alright, man, you got me. You got me. Okay. We'll play another one, man. Okay. Alright, here we go. We have our fourth match of the day, fourth match. Making a ton of mistakes today, but we should be able to get through this one. This is just a boxed-in team here. Probably gonna try to do this with Dual Leon, but we're gonna just tank this with Ike. Ather making all my mistakes with Ike today. That's interesting. Yeah, just getting caught out, getting a little bit carried away, I guess. Ather here, so they're not taking too much of a hit on scoring, I guess. I didn't even bother putting him on defense. He's just so trash. So bad. He desperately needs a refine. I don't even know what they'll give him in a refine for him to be remotely good. He needs to, at this point, be a support unit. If they give him the Reagan treatment, he's just going to be continue to be trash. The pre-charge special is utterly useless. Having it on turn 1 or turn 4 does not benefit him in the slightest, so I really don't know what they'll do to make this Ather decent. I don't see him being good, so yeah, there's that. Good luck with that, I guess. But yeah, that aside, I think I was talking about Frid and how I don't see a place for him in the meta because of he just doesn't offer enough. It's going to ultimately come down to how hard he hits, and I don't see him hitting hard enough for him to be able to stick around in the meta. Yeah, he looks like I don't like his art either. I feel like they could have went a little bit harder with his art, but that's just my opinion. I feel like they could have went a little bit better with his art. Which takes us to Summer Nerthuse, who has gotten how many ults already? It's so crazy how many ults she already has. I didn't consider her to be like this popular in the game, but she is one of my preferred OCs. She's really cool. I like her design. I like how she plays. And this one seems to be New Year's Nerthuse, but better. I was considering foddering her for Excel to New Year's Nerthuse because I think that Excel skill is actually the tits. It seems really good on New Year's Nerthuse. It would be really good on New Year's Nerthuse. It'd probably bring her damage reduction down to like she'd take no damage pretty much, is what I'm thinking. But also, the drive special acceleration is something that Cavs really, really needed, just to make them more consistent, because things are just so tanky and they're only getting tankier. Which is one of the reasons that I wasn't so. I'm still not like really high on that Soth. I feel like he doesn't do enough damage. I feel like even if you gave him like a Assassin Strike, I feel like even if you gave that to him, he would still fail to kill things, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know. He needed a higher attack stat, and they just didn't give that to him, unfortunately. Probably could have dumped some of his speed because he's already going to be pretty fast, but he really needed the attack. But anyways, Nerthus looks really good. The drive special acceleration is fantastic, although I don't see myself using that on defense. Melee units on defense are kind of a weird thing, even though I've been seeing a lot of people putting up melee lines, cav lines that are pretty much just all melee units. I've been seeing that quite a bit lately, which is interesting. I guess people are just tired of not being able to kill things at range, because Ike has been so prominent, and then there's the Goose Friend 4, so how do you even chip him down now, I guess, is the thought. But I haven't gone back, I haven't used melee units on defense since I built my pseudo cav line with Brave Alm all like years back now. And after he got his refine, and I haven't like done anything like that for a long time. It was a really nice trap setup that I had with that, but ultimately I think I had to sacrifice it because the range was just not far enough. Even though he had 3 movement, it didn't cover enough of the map ultimately. And it was really just too easy for the team to get
I've got this.
Gale Force or Hidden Ran. Yeah, it just wasn't worth it. So yeah. Anyways, Summer Nerthus looks good. Summer Golveg also looks really good. She does exactly what you thought she would have did. Crid, in my opinion, fodder unit. The debuffs are nice, but I mean, where are you going to really use them aside from maybe offense? If he was ranged, I think this was probably a missed opportunity to make him ranged. If he was ranged, then I could see it. I could probably see it then. The debuffs would have been really, really useful if he was ranged. But he just doesn't fill a niche. He doesn't do what he could have done. I think it would have been better if it was probably Gunther, but there's already Summer Gunther, so they probably decided nah. But if it was Gunther, then it would have been better, in my opinion. Although you probably do need to have a dude on the banner. So I get why they let it be him, but man, missed opportunity to make him a ranged unit, I feel.
Where was that?
What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much my thoughts on the banner. Hopefully they do a better Summer 2 banner. I was a little bit underwhelmed with this one. Hopefully they put out better units on the next one. Yeah, they could have went harder. They went really hard last year with the summer banners, so I was expecting a little bit more of the same, but this one was a little bit underwhelming. Even though, crazy to say, when we got a unit that can potentially take 4 actions in a turn. But yeah, it was a little bit underwhelming. What's the next banner? I think it should be a new heroes banner. No, we just got the new heroes banner, so middle of the month. I don't know, maybe another special heroes banner. I don't know, but let's see what that one brings. What else?
Close your eyes.
I think I'm gonna pick. I saw a really nice. I saw a Makaya in my first run through of Binding Worlds, and I think that's what I'm gonna pick, a legendary Makaya. It looks like the right choice to me, so I'm probably gonna go for that. I think I've given up on getting the last spot here. I don't think. Yeah, the trap was fake. Yes. That was my only other gamble, so we're just gonna have to take out Oder here. I was hoping the trap would be fake so that I could probably, try to warp around and figure out and get in the pots there, but Elamine would have died. I didn't have a way to get her out, so yeah. GG's. Alright, so that's it for today. See you in another match tomorrow. Peace.